I've always felt that one of the things that makes golf a uniquely difficult game is the fact that you have a ball that sits on the ground and you want to get the thing to go up and forwards at pace. And unlike tennis, where you've got some momentum with the incoming ball from your opponent, you can just meet the ball square with the racket face and then it zooms off back the other way because the energy's transferred. The golf ball just sits there, an inert object. It stares at you saying to you, look, I'm not going to go anywhere. I don't care what you think. So you have to put everything into the ball yourself, but also you want to get the ball to go up. So instinctively, when a lot of people, when they begin the game, not just at the beginning either, sometimes when they're anxious to get the ball over something like a bunker or a lake, you know, they'll instinctively go back and then try and lift the ball up and hit the ground behind the ball. They don't get the distance on the shot, and it usually goes in the thing that they're trying to avoid in the first place. So golf's very much a game of opposites in that sense, because you have to hit the ball or almost feel you're going to drive the ball down into the ground to get the thing, oddly enough, to go in the air. So again, we're trying to go down into the ground, and then miraculously the ball goes up in the air. Now on a backswing, on a normal backswing, you'll obviously swing your arms back, but also you want to hinge your wrists, and that helps to set the club on the right plane, and it also gets the club head up here so that it can then come down into the ball from a height. But of course, timing that hinging and unhinging is very important, because if you unhinge too early, you release that angle that's formed between your lead forearm and the club shaft. If you release it too early, you'll probably hit the ground behind the ball. And again, a lot of it can come from this subconscious desire to lift the ball up in the air, to sort of scoop it up like this. So again, it's a game of opposites. We need to maintain that angle as long as we can so that we then get to the ball in this position where the hands ideally are a little bit ahead of the ball in terms of this angle rather than here. Now, I've always had an issue with this, a problem with this, because I tend to lose that angle a little bit early in the downswing. And instead of being in this position at impact, I'm probably more like this. It's more sort of aligned with the ball rather than hands ahead of the ball. And therefore, I struggle sometimes to hit a nice divot after the ball and squeeze the ball down into the ground. And I may get some shots fat or heavy, and I struggle to hit the ball low like a stinger shot. These are all problems that come partly from losing that angle too early. So there is a drill that I seem to remember a pro taught me years ago. I've not really practiced it very much for a while, but it's an unusual one where you put another ball sort of on the line of your backswing, probably, I don't know, maybe 10 inches behind the ball that you're meant to hit. So it's sort of in this position, and you address the ball here, but then as you come down into the ball, you've got to maintain your angle so that the club head comes over the back ball and then down into the ball you're meant to hit. So you start here, you maintain your angle, and then you come over the top of the ball down into the actual ball. And if you don't do this, if you release the angle too early, you'll just hit that back ball and you know you've done it wrong. So I'll have a go. It's not an easy one, this. It takes a bit of practice. So I'm trying to come in over the back ball into the front one. And you've got to look at the actual ball you want to hit rather than the back one once you start your swing. And as you can see, I hit the back ball then, so I know I released the angle of my left arm and club shaft. That wrist hinge released too early. So let's try that one again. Let's see if I can miss the back ball with a second effort. Okay, so second go, we've got the ball about 10 inches behind the actual ball, and I'm looking at the front ball, the one I want to hit. I've got to miss the back ball. That's better. So we'll try one more. So again, we've got the back ball in position. Club's behind that back ball, but we want to come in over it and down into the ball we're meant to hit. Just clipped the back ball. So again, I know that the arc of my swing, the line that's sort of described by the club head in my swing, is a little bit low to the ground here, as opposed to coming in over the top of that back ball. So I have to practice this. It's a difficult drill to master, but it's, as with all these drills, they take repetition and practice until it re-educates something in your swing that you're trying to change.